It's saying we're live.
Alive.
Okay.
Khan. All right. Shalom.
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 First and foremost, before we get started, we're going to give all honor, all glory to Yahweh,
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 Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh
Yahushua,
Shai,
Hashem,
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 Dash.
Rakah,
Kamadash.
Kodash.
All right. Give honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that's pushing this truth and sincerity. And today's lesson, we're going to get into, Esau is the sword. He's the sword. He's the instrument that the Lord has used, or set an example for as the wicked and for destruction, because throughout the history of Esau and his rulerships, he's used that sword, which is that blessing, to pretty much take over the whole world, you know. So we're gonna get into some scriptures, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
So Isaac, said that the dwelling shall be the dew of heaven, and he shall have the fatness of the earth. And Esau has the fatness of the earth. He has the wealth, he has the land, he has the resources. He pretty much has everything that is, pretty much real wealth as far as cattle, land, gold, and silver. He controls, pretty much all of that. You pretty much have to go to this devil for the, the one of all things, because he's been given it. It's for the blessing. Got it out.
Verse 39, the latter end. Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy. You got it.
You got it out.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
So it says, by thy sword thou shalt live. From the beginning of the time, Esau, that spirit of Esau is, to kill. And the blessing, his spirit is naturally to kill, but the blessing, later on matched up with his spirit, which is, the sword, like the instruments of war, whether it be, an actual physical knife or, biological weapons, psychologically, as far as like his experiments, all kind of different things like that. His sword comes in many. Is that up?
I got you a quick one.
Fine.
It's an oldie but goodie, but it's Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, and what would the wicked be doing? All right, the wicked would be, causing, dis-ease in the world. He would be causing, mayhem and trouble. Because the scriptures say, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Why is that? Because he's oppressing them, with his different swords. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
That's right. And that's going into Esau breaking the yoke off thy neck. Speaking about when the, uh, the Renaissance era, because he was, you know, he was in those Caucasus mountains, you know, and he was enslaved underneath our people. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this too. We're coming into these times right now where that yoke that was so laid so heavily on the neck of the house of Israel is being broken off, man, with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And ultimately, this truth, all right, is being broadcasted across the four corners. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the common denominator that these men have across the four corners is calling upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and sincerity and truth, and seeing this place for what it really is, seeing who the wicked is, and seeing the plans that he has for the planet Earth, which include a great swipe of that sword that he's been gifted with, man, from the Most High. You have some information on sword, Amaya?
Yeah, Con. I don't think but I don't think my screen is sharing right now.
Okay, you want me to share right now? You ready?
Yeah, Con, because I have it up on my screen right now.
Yeah, just let me know when you need me to share from now on. There you go.
All right, Con, good. I see it. All right, now this is real quick. This is off of Google. The definition of the word sword. It says a weapon with a long metal blade and a hilt with a hand guard used for thrusting or striking, and now typically worn as part of a ceremonial dress. Okay, because obviously nowadays nobody uses swords, actual swords and shields and bucklers no more for today's style of warfare. Because today the modern day sword is the guns, tanks, missiles, and all these different things. And then right here under literary, it says military power, violence, or destruction. And that's pretty much been one of the main ways that Esau Edom has come into power, okay, ruling over the fatness of the earth through his military, through his technology, his weapons, okay, all these different things. The Lord has blessed him heavily on the left hand side to be so far advanced in technology, okay, because only through that type of technology can any carnal physical man like literally rule over the whole entire planet Earth. Esau Edom to this very day has done something that no other empire has been able to do in the past, and that's rule over the entire face of the earth. All right, and he's done it via a great sword that the Lord has blessed him with on the left hand side. Everybody's got it.
Yeah, I got precept backing you up. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5, and I'm gonna read it in the KJV. I'll just read it in the NLT. It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, "Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples." Via what? That sword, like the brother's going into. Okay, whether it be the actual sword, biological sword, judicial sword, military sword, educational swords, religious swords, man. All these swords can contribute to cutting asunder the nation of Israel and taking them further and further away from the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But it says, and I'm going to read it again, it says, Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right. And that's like it on the Esau Edom, those military bases that he has across the four corners, man. He neither keep it at home. He sets up these military bases, and within them, he instills the American way, the American philosophies, the westernized mindset. And that way, it's a little piece of him everywhere, man. That's how you know the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, because he has control over these things, man. The entire face of the earth. But it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. You see, he increases that which is not his. So he's heaping up, between James the 5th chapter, he's heaping up these riches for the last days, but they're going to be given to the children of Israel, man. All his gold, all his silver that he's heaping up in these last days. But it says, and heap it unto him all people. It says, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. All right. That debt, man. When Esau Edom is out of rulership, there'll be no more debt in the earth, man. All right. And that's wicked anyways, man. Debt, letting debt accrue up. All right. The earth, here you have the earth was given into his hands. He has total dominion, power, the ability to print fiat currency, but yet you have debt, man. That's off, man. So we want righteousness to be instilled on the planet Earth via Yahweh Yahushua. You got it out.
I got a quick one, real quick.
I got one too after you out.
God. All right, real quick. This Psalms 58, verses 1 and 2. Psalms 58 and 1, to the chief musician, Alta Shith, Mishtam of David. It says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Verse 2, yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And that's primarily talking about Esau Edom. You know, he's the one working wickedness throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, you know, as it tells you in Malachi 1, he will be the border of wickedness. And it says that he weighs violence, all right, of his hands in the earth. Now, real quick, verse 2 in the NLT, Psalms 58, verse 2 in the NLT, it says, no, you plot injustice in your hearts. You spread violence throughout the land. Okay, and that's what Esau Edom has literally done, you know, throughout all of its different existences throughout the earth. You know, going all the way back to the time of Cain. You know, when he was Cain, what did he do? He slew Abel. All right, that righteous seed, not Adam. Okay, and then years later, you know, he rose into power as the Greeks. And what did they do? Nothing but rape, robbery, and murder, especially towards the chosen people. You know, Hellenization and so on and so forth. Then after that, the Romans, and of course, what did they do? Rape, robbery, and murder. And then years later, when he came out of the caves during the Renaissance period, what did he do after that? Okay, rape, robbery, and murder. Spread violence all throughout the earth. Okay, in order to get to the power that he's in right now. You know, that's it.
Yeah, I got you up, backing you up. What you were saying.
You got it.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1. It says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, and smite Darius, king of the Ephesians and Medes. And it says that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. And it says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. So the spirit of Esau, you know, is to use that sword and pretty much, you know, kill the kings of the earth, you know, try to rule over all these other nations. All right, starting with Amalek. And it says, and sent through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. And that's the same thing like into America, you know, the earth was once quiet at the fear of Babylon, America, of of the consequences of them, possibly bucking up against them, But now, prophecy is that these nations will say, the weak will say that I am strong. So now you're seeing those nations, pretty much bucking up against America now. It says, whereunto he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. Same thing like Esau today, man. His heart is lifted up because he's conquered all these nations and took their spoils, their lands, and their resources, their women. He plagued them with his philosophies and his ways of thinking. So his heart is prideful, And it says, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries, because now you see, just as in ancient Rome, you have Esau's military, which is spread out throughout the four corners of the world into these different these places that he conquered. And it says, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations, and the kings who became tributaries unto him. So that proves right there that what that Amalek, man. Amalek, they funding both sides of the war. They funding, Russia and China and all these other nations for their ultimate battle, so he can, ultimately push his agenda. But you have it up. That's it on that one.
Yeah, push that sword, man.
Yeah.
And it's just backing y'all brothers up, because the same spirit that was in Esau, Edom, as we read in Genesis the 27th chapter, was in Cain, man. All right. And ultimately it goes back to that name, that brand, like the brother brought out, that the Most High placed upon them. The Most High placed the brand on Israel, because ultimately we're going to get that Tav, and the rest are going to get that Karagma, man. Those are two different M words. I'm not going to say it, but those are two different M words. So the Most High ultimately branded each side, man. But this is that word. I'll share my screen real quick. That word Cain, just backing y'all brothers up. The brother Maya mentioned that Cain had those same characteristics, man. That violence, that rage. Salakia. Bear with me, Can y'all brothers see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I can't, but that's okay. No, I can't see it, but as long as you can see it and get some edification on it, I got a precept backing you up.
Yeah.
Okay. This that word Cain. It says, Strong's definition, a spear. A spear. You see? Likened onto what? A sword, man. So the Most High is miraculous in all his ways, man. So that same name was that spirit that was given onto Cain, and that same spirit that was in Esau, Edom, which is in that same spirit today, man. Starting with those elites, international banking families, man. They have that violent, bloodthirsty mentality, man. Can't stop, won't stop, can never get enough. Heap it up all the riches, all the wealth of the earth, and then what? Do nothing with it. Continue to deal treacherously, like the scriptures say, man. You got it up.
All right, this is backing you up. This is Jeremiah 13:23. It says, "Can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that is accustomed to do evil." So Esau is accustomed to doing evil. It's within his soul. It's in within. He's been made that vessel for dishonor. So he can't do anything that is good. So
Hey, could you keep reading on that out? But let me just bring out the verse you just read in the NLT, Jeremiah 13:23. But Baba Kushah, when I'm done, could you read down about 25 in Jeremiah 13? It says, "Can an Ethiopian change the color of his skin? Can a leopard take away its spots? Neither can you start doing good, for you have always done evil." That's likened on to Esau, Edom, and that border of wickedness, that stain or that brand was placed upon you from the beginning, man. As that old serpent, the Most High had branded you back then as the wicked, man. And it kept coming back. up until these different leaderships like the brother was going into, man. You've always been in that spirit on the earth, but you've always been the adversary to Jacob, man. Like the scriptures say, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. So if there's an upright soul, then there's a righteous soul. There's a soul that's right, that's lifted up right, and that's Jacob, man. That's us. But you got it out. You can keep reading.
Down to 25 up.
Con.
All right, this is Jeremiah 30 and 23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that is accustomed to do evil. Wherefore will I scatter them as the stubble that passeth away by the wind of the wilderness."
Right.
Wildness.
Liken unto Israel, man, being scattered, man, for our transgressions, for our worship of false gods, and worship of the system, man. And ultimately, Israel is gonna worship this system once again, and take 2/3 of our people are gonna take that charagma, man. Take that brand. They want to be branded under another name, under another household name, man. Esau Edom, that bloodthirsty man. You got it out.
Verse 25, Jeremiah 13 and 25.
That was pretty much it on that, Doc.
Okay, come on.
Yeah. Look for this other one. You had something in mind? You got it, Doc.
I'm still holding that Revelation 6 and 4. Whenever y'all ready to get into that.
Come on.
Yeah, because basically, Esau Edom, he was just created in this story to basically be the villain. Okay, just as the nation of Israel, starting with Yahweh Shai, was created to be the good guy of the movie, right? The protagonist. Well, Esau Edom was created to be the antagonist. The one that, we would, basically, go throughout, to and fro throughout the story, looking to kill the good guy. Okay. So hey, even though Esau Edom, he tries to, promote this propaganda as if he's the good guy, right, and that he's the one meant to get the victory at the end of the story. Okay, ultimately he was created to lose. Okay, he was just created for a purpose. Okay, to be a whooping stick of the Lord, so that the good guy in the story, okay, Israel, would eventually get his act right. By the end of the story.
You got it out whenever you're ready with the Revelation 6.
Okay. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat therein to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
So it says there went out another horse that was red, and that red horse is referring to Esau. When you read in Genesis, it speaks about how Esau coming out as red. That red is going into him losing his pigment, his his pigmentation. That was the curse that was put on Esau. Esau Edom, which is what is it?
Adawam.
Adawam? Khan. Wasted away is he? Khan. So that's what that red.
That's Ashashua.
Yeah, that's Esau.
Khan.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
All right, you got it.
This is here we go. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25, it says, and when her, verse 24, Salakia, verse 23, it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
God. So it says 2 manner of people is in thy womb. One that is set from the beginning to do the good, and the other set to do evil. A pot for dishonor, and a pot for honor. For honor. Like that scripture says that neither one of the boys was set or have not done any evil. I forgot what, roughly paraphrasing, going into
Romans
that
9.
scripture. Con. So basically, Esau was set up to be the wicked.
I got you, man. It's just backing you up that point you made. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
That's right. So the wicked are estranged from the womb. They come out of the womb wicked. They come out of the womb speaking lies. Because, again, it's not in them, or it's not within their spirit, to be right or to do right. They wasn't given that. Israel was only given, the law, statutes, and commandments, the way of understanding, and the rest of these nations as well. You got it out.
Verse 4, it says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. That old serpent, man. That's Esau Edom, man. It says, they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. You got it out.
You got it out.
Yeah, man. So that's Esau Edom, man. Like the brother quoted in Romans, the 9th chapter. All right, before the children had done any good or evil, it was written, Jacob have I loved it, Esau have I hated, man. And that's playing out right now on the planet Earth, with Esau Edom pushing his image, and the men of the Lord, the remnant, the elect of the house of Israel, pushing the image of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. There's 2 images being pushed, one for good, one for that of evil. But the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, controls both sides, man. Esau may have the earth in his hand at this point of time, but ultimately, who's pulling Esau's strings?
That's right.
You got it, brother.
Got something on you? Still got that
Yeah, I'm still in Revelation 6.
All
right. This is Revelation 6, verse 4 again. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Okay. Yeah, so power was given to Esau Edom, from the Most High Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, to take peace from the earth, via starting all these different wars. Okay, creating all these different false flags in these different countries, to justify going into those countries and, completely, disrupting their whole society, overthrowing their governments and their regimes. Okay, turning their women out, promoting feminism all throughout their countries, the alphabet agenda and all these different things. All of these things take peace, okay, from the earth and from different lands. And it says, and that they should kill one another. And it says, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right, and I'm gonna look up this word sword, like we always do.
I got a precept too as well, bro.
God. All right. So this is the word sword from Revelation 6 and 4. I'm gonna let this play.
Strong's G 3162 Machara. Machara.
All right. And I'm gonna just go straight to the point. When you go down to the Strong's definition, it says a knife, i.e., dirk, figuratively war, all right, judicial punishment. So another part, God, you got it out.
And it all ultimately links back to Esau Edom. Spear going into Cain. All right. The wicked being estranged from the womb. That serpent, that old serpent. It all links back to Esau. So the Most High has given us the spirit to uncover the legs, make them bare, man, at his place, and show these people, 2/3 of our people, all right, and everyone else, who the Most High is dealing with and who he isn't dealing with. But I got you one after you go into it, brother.
Okay, you can bring it out, and I got one after you.
Okay, I'm just sharing my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 5, and it reads, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. All right. And the Most High likens Esau Edom to that Assyrian. All right. The rod of his anger. Okay. And let's get that word in the Strong's, the rod. Okay. And it says, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation, meaning that the sword, all right, that ruling instrument that's in Esau Edom's hand via his what? Education, military, religious system, all right, government, all right. That's indignation from the Most High on the children of Israel for going off. Let's get that word right.
Strong's H 7626, Shevet, and second entry, Shevet.
It says Shevet. It says a rod, staff, branch, offshoot, club, scepter, tribe. You see? So ultimately, the Lord could use a certain branch, offshoot, tribe to rule over us, man, as he's done in past times, man. But particularly now, all right, the house of Esau Edom, man, chiefly Amalek. Okay. It says rod, staff, shaft of spear, you see?
Mm-hmm.
That word again, going back to that word Cain, of spear, you see?
Yep.
So the Most High doesn't miss. It says club of shepherd's implement, truncheon, scepter, mark, salakia. This word. There you go. Of authority. You see? So it says, and it's the point I want to make. It says, from an unused root, probably meaning to branch off, a scion, a stick for punishing, writing, fighting, ruling, walking, or a clan, correction, dart, rod, scepter, staff, tribe. You see? So the Most High, like an Esau, Edom, onto what? A punishing instrument, man, for the house of Israel, a correction instrument as well. But we don't, but us as wise men of the Lord, we don't only look at just the sword and its elements and what it can do. We look at who's yielding the sword, and we look at who's controlling him, man. How about Shemiel Shot? You got it, brother.
I got one up. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It says, you will serve your enemies. The Lord will send against you in famine, thirst, nakedness, and destruction. He will place an iron yoke on your neck until he have destroyed you. The Lord will bring, on into what the brother was saying, the Lord will bring, which is that sword, a nation from afar, from the end of the earth, to swoop down upon you like an eagle, a nation whose language you will not understand. So the Lord used Esau, all right, as a whooping stick. You know, as the brother was saying, the Lord can use any nation. And the Lord has used every nation to whip the nation of Israel, you know? Let's see.
Hey, this from he right here. It's Isaiah 10 and 5 in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits Assyria? And that's liking on the Esau Edom again, because ultimately, through your transgressions, Esau, through your oppression on the house of Israel, all right, sorrow awaits you for that, man. The Most High, yes, the Most High has used you as that sword upon us, but sorrow awaits you for that, man. For all your indignation, I mean, for all your like the scriptures say, perpetual hatred to the house of Israel. But it says, "What sorrow awaits Assyria, the rod of my anger? I use it as a club to express my anger." Ooh. So the Most High uses you, Esau, to express his anger to us, man, to let us know, hey, man, you went off. Don't make me have to punish you anymore, man. Like when you discipline a child and you got a little belt or something, and you going after him, and then you finally get a hold to him, you want to ultimately make an example to let them know, hey, I'm not playing and don't do this again. That's what the Most High is using Esau to make an example out of us, man. But that was it. You brothers got it.
Some Mamos?
Con, I got something out. This is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him," which is Esau, which is the sword. It says, "Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." You know, backing up the brother when he was going into Revelations. You know, so Esau is that sword. He's that wicked. He's the wicked. You know, to take, displeasure from the earth. Right? But you have it up. So on that.
Okay. All right. Wadi, real quick, can you share my screen? Because I got something I want to bring up, and I want to go into a few words. All right, Khan. All right, Khan, the water. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 1, and I'm gonna start from verse 6 and read down to verse 12. Okay. This Habakkuk 1, verse 6. "For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation." Okay, and now when the prophet Habakkuk was prophesying these things, okay, it was literally, going into the actual Chaldeans or the actual Babylonians. But now, okay, we're living, all right, in the midst of the modern day Babylon, which is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and in the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, where it speaks about the virgin daughter of Babylon, is known as the daughter of the Chaldeans. Real quick, Isaiah 47 and 1, to back up that point, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." So here in this verse, it refers to the virgin daughter of Babylon as a daughter of the Chaldeans. Okay, and when you go into this word daughter, it says Strong's H1323 Both, and I'm just straight to the point. Under definition Roman numeral 1A5, it says description of character. Okay, a description of character. So Esau Edom, who rules over this modern day Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon, also the daughter of the Chaldeans, he comes in a description of character after ancient Babylon. Okay, and also as well in the book of Psalms 137, starting from verse 7. "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof," going into 70 AD, ancient Rome. Verse 8, "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us." So even right here in Psalms 137, it links Esau Edom with Babylon. Okay, "O daughter of Babylon." But now going back to Habakkuk 1 and 6, we can apply these things to Esau Edom today, who rules over this modern day Babylon, the modern day Chaldeans. Habakkuk 1 verse 6, "For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land," or the land of Israel, which today is talking about, the Israelites, the people of Israel, and so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it says to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Okay, and how is Esau going to aim to possess our people? All right, through that charagma. Okay, it says verse 7: they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Okay, because Esau Edom is going to come down with great wrath. All right, with terrors. Okay, all types of technology that we've never seen before. Is the Lord's going to give him the green light to unleash it all on Jake. It
Yep,
says,
that's
Con,
right. I got you a quick one out.
Con, you got it.
All right. It's the book of Revelation. Let's see what I'm start. Chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down onto you. And what does the sword do? When you're in the midst of swinging that sword, you're coming down on something. You're trying to strike. You're trying to make an attack. That's what Esau Edom is going to do in various and many ways: biological, chemical, economical, all right, judicial, like the brother brought out, societal. There's going to be different swords that are going to come down, particularly with the target of the nation of Israel. But it says, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And Esau Edom is likened unto a raging mad bull, man. And when he's swinging that sword, he's going to be swinging it so wild and crazy, he's going to stick it in his own heart, man. He's going to go back and stab him, man.
Yep.
You got it, brother. And I got a precept too.
All right, you want to bring it out right now? Because I still got a little bit more.
Yeah, just finish yours up. I'll bring it up after you.
All right, Con. Okay. All right. Habakkuk 1 in verse 8, it says, their horses also are swifter than the leopards. And when you think of the leopard in Bible prophecy, right? What does that go back to? Daniel, the 7th chapter, going to the Greek Empire, which is likened into a leopard. Okay. And then the 4 generals that came out of the Greek Empire after Alexander.
Yep.
Okay.
Cassandra, Lysimachus, Ptolemy, Seleucid.
That's right. Through the spirit, we can link all these things that all these prophecies that speak about Babylon to Esau Edom in his current day. All right. But Habakkuk 1 verse 8 again, their horses also are swifter than the leopards and are more fierce than the evening wolves. Okay, more fierce than the evening wolves. What did Yahushua tell the disciples, which trickles on down to us in these latter days, that we will be as sheep in the midst of wolves, But it says, and their horsemen shall spread themselves. Esau Edom has the military spread out all throughout the earth. All these different military bases in these different countries. It says, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasted to eat. And we can clearly link Esau Edom to the eagle in the scriptures. Going to the book of Obadiah, it said that he would exalt himself as the eagle. The Greeks used the eagle as their symbol. The Romans used the eagle as their symbol. Spain uses the eagle. Britain used the eagle. France uses the eagle. Okay, America uses the eagle. Germany, Russia, all these different countries ruled by Esau Edom, they've all used the eagle as their symbol. Okay, so all these things through the spirit, tied to Esau Edom. But continuing down to verse 9, it says, they shall come all for violence. Okay, their faces shall sup up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. All right, and they're going to be rounding up a lot of jakes, into these concentration. Well, let me watch what I say. These camps, these prisons. I'll say it like that. They're going to be torturing a lot of jakes. They're going to even get some of the elect and make the elect martyrs for the word. They're going to be putting the charagma in Jake. Okay. Verse 10, and they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. Yeah, the way Esau Edom, scoffs at these different leaders of these heathen nations, okay, and is driven these nations, mad. Now all these different leaders of these nations are all coming up against Esau Edom, primarily America. Kim Jong Un of North Korea, okay, Xi Jinping of China, all right, the leader of Iran, okay, the leaders of India and Pakistan and so on and so forth. It says, "They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it." Yeah, conquering all these different lands, overthrowing all these different governments. Okay, they deride every stronghold and take all the resources from these different nations. Okay, verse 11, "Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, in imputing this his power unto his God." Yeah, and who was the God of Esau Edom? Satan. So basically, they overthrow all these different countries to implement, all types of satanic policies. Okay, the feminism, the alphabet movement, all right, democracy, pushing the dollar, okay, taking all the resources from these different nations, all in the name of serving his God, Satan, which gives power to this beast system. All right, and then here's the last verse, the main point that I want to get to. It says, "Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord, my power, mine holy one? We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment, and almighty power, thou hast established them for correction." See that? So the Lord established Esau Edom from the foundation of the earth, okay, who rules over this modern day Babylon for the purpose of correction, okay, to bring correction upon our Israelites, all right, the nation of Israel, because of their wickedness, all right. And, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord has raised up a remnant of our nation, pursuant to Isaiah 10, the 10th chapter, that will no longer stay upon this devil. I will no longer look to him, for solutions and answers and all these things, but will look to Yahweh Shem Shai, you know. But that was pretty much the main point that I want to get to. The Lord raised up Esau Edom. One of the main reasons he raised up Esau Edom was to correct our people from their wickedness. That's it, Hakim.
You got it, I'm wise.
Colin, I got a quick one out. This is Psalms 140 and 4. It says, "Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings." So the violent man, right? And how is he a violent man? He's a violent man because he uses that sword. And the brothers was going into the different type of swords that Esau has, whether it be judicial, whether it be the money system, whether it be through his medicine, chemtrails, GMO, all these different type of things, is is from the violent man, which is Esau, because he's trying to what it says, who have proposed to overthrow my goings. He's trying to kill the Israelites. He's trying to get that birthright back, in doing so. But we know that the Lord has set up, an elect remnant, that they would be preserved until the end and be delivered. You have it out.
I got you quick one out. Just two quick ones. It's the book of Psalms. Let me make sure my screen is being shared. You see my screen up?
I can see it.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 12. It says, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnash upon him with his teeth." That's likened on the Esau Edom. His teeth being his different powers in this structure: military, government, politics, all right, educational system, his religious system, all the fallacies of this image, that scarlet colored beast. But it says, "The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming." So the Lord is just laughing at you, Esau, even though you're implementing all these plans, making all these things mandatory and ultimately going to come down with that Revelation 13 and 16, the Most High is still laughing at you. The scriptures tell you that in Psalms, I believe the 2nd chapter, it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. So the Most High, through his men, are going to get the last laugh when your calamities come. All right? Because though you wield that sword, the way you carry that sword, you're misusing it. So that sword is ultimately going to backfire and end up in you, man. But it says, the wicked have drawn out the sword. And here's the point. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword. Right. You drawn out your sword, Esau. You took it from off of your waist. You draw it out. Now you're about to attack us. And ultimately, the Most High is going to foil your plan. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow, right? Ready to attack, ready to come down on us with great wrath. That's why the scriptures tell you, Daniel's the 12th chapter. All right. The Lord is going to lift up that standard, man. All right. In that day. And it's going to be lifted up through us, man, through the men of the Lord and the holy angels, through the spirit and power, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. But it says, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. And who's poor and needy on the earth right now, man? All right, but rich in the spirit. Let's talk about the nation of Israel pertaining to the elect, the 144,000. We're the poor and needy. All right, we're the upright in conversation. The scriptures tell you that our conversations are in the heavens, man, and the angels desire to look into them. So the men of the Lord have that upright stature. And notice the comparison. I mean the contrast between Esau's soul. The Lord said Esau's soul was not lifted up right up in him, man. All right, but it says their sword, verse 15, their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. You see. That sword, Esau, all those biological, chemical, psychological swords, they're going to end up in your own heart, man. And those curses are going to take a hold of you, man, for up until that 1,000-year period. And then you're going to be extinct, man. But it says, last verse, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. And we see you rulers getting over, man. The Lord sees you getting over. He sees you using the earth up, thinking that it's just yours just to file all up, man. But ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, he's the author, man. And he's not the author of confusion. So he's going to set the earth back right in due time to those on which are profitable. But this is Proverbs 16. And this is just backing up the passage that the brother read in First Maccabees, going into those wickedness multiplying on the earth. But it also goes into the rod. Now, the rod could be used for anger, or it could be used for correction, man. All right. The Lord has used Esau, Edom, as that rod of anger upon us. But the Lord is using him to ultimately correct us, to chastise us, to get us right. All right. But it says, Proverbs 16, I'm going to start at 15. It says, the rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringing his mother to shame. So the rod and reproof give wisdom. So through this hell, we've been catching under this oppressor Esau, Edom. We've gained wisdom. We gained our mindset back. We gained our culture back. We gained true brotherly love back. All right. We've gained our heritage back. The name of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We've gained all the intel back that the Lord has given us on this side, man. But we have so much more intel, so much more knowledge and wisdom to gain in the kingdom of heaven. But it says, verse 16, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. And how do you know when the wicked is in rulership? When you see the transgressions increasing. It's simple as that. And we see that happening on planet Earth. It's a growing rise in violence, a growing rise in envy, strife, vanity. The word we always use, but Moism, man. All right. Sodomite. All right. Sodomy the Lord tells you it'll be more tolerable in that day. All right. For Sodom and Gomorrah in this place, man, because of the wickedness and the transgressions increasing, and because ultimately the wicked is in rulership. But it says, correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give the light unto thy soul. And that's what the elect is doing. We're giving the light unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai by these sweet savor, by the prayers going up, by these videos going up, by this edification. through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, going out and correcting Israel, man. Bringing them back. You got it, brother.
You got it, Moss.
I don't have anything. You can continue.
All right.
You got it, Amaya.
Okay. I got a quick one. Just give me a second. All right, this is Psalm 64. Psalm 64 in verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." And of course, again, Esau, Edom being the wicked and all of his secret councils, the Freemasons, Illuminati, all these left-hand priesthoods and societies that he has set up. And it says from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. That can also link up with the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, where Esau Edom, who's known as the man of sin, the son of perdition in that chapter, he's also known as what? The mystery of iniquity. So this precept in 2 Thessalonians 2, go hand in hand. All right, but it says, verse 3, it says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." So not only is Esau Edom's military and his weapons a sword, but also his tongue is a sword. His lies, his propaganda, his enchantments that he puts all throughout the mainstream news media, the music, the TV shows, the movies, okay, social media, all these different things. Okay, his tongue is also likened unto a sword. Doing what? Shooting bitter words. Okay, and who is Esau Edom shooting his bitter words towards? Verse 4, Psalm 64, verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And who are the ones being made perfect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai in these latter days? That's the elect, the remnant, okay, which are being perfected through their faith. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So not only does Esau Edom shoot his words like a sword towards the perfect, the elect, okay, but he shoots at them suddenly, meaning what? Any little thing that Jake, especially those of us that know that we're Israelites, any little thing that they can catch on camera that might make the ministry look bad, or that he can use to accuse the ministry, he suddenly he quickly jumps on it, and puts it in a bad light. And as it says, they fear not. They have no fear of the Lord, of what they do to his remnant in these latter days. Okay, but pretty soon the Lord's going to put that fear in them. When the Lord shows his right hand towards them, all right, and brings destruction upon them. That was it.
Yeah.
I got one. This is Psalms 10 and 8. It says, "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor." So he's looking to try to destroy the poor, which are the Israelites, man. The elect. We are as the scriptures say, we are poor, but we are rich. He's looking to try to, like the brother just brought out, he's looking to try to find blame within Israelites, man. Try to find blame within the within this heritage, within this truth. It says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. All right, at his home, man. Going into how he be tapping people's phones. He's listening to your conversations when you were on the phone. So every time when you say if you say a certain trigger words or keywords throughout the day, like, "Oh man, I need to go get some dog food," or "I need to go get some dog food," and you saying it all day, Next thing you know, you turn on your phone, you see an ad for dog food, and that's because he's watching you. You know, he's watching you, watching everything you say, watching everything you do. You know, to use that other sword, which is his judicial sense. You know, it continues to say, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. So he lied in wait to catch the poor, which is the Israelites. He does catch the poor, and when he draweth him into his net, he croucheth and humbleth himself, and that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He had said in his heart, God has forgotten. He has hid his face. He will never see it. So that was pride. It's prideful. And the deceits and the different things that he does to trap up Jake. You know, Jake is the most incarcerated, starting from, you know, Judah on down to Issachar. They're the most incarcerated people. And that's because of Esau's traps, man. You know, his culture. All these things are nets to catch Jake, you know, so he can profit off of us, man. You know. So yeah, he's the accuser of our brother, as the scriptures say. You know, he sets up these traps, you know, and he acts as if, you know, he's not the one who set them up for us to fall.
Yeah.
You know, but you brothers got it.
Got your little statistics right here, like just backing up your point. It says race and ethnicity. Race and ethnicity. It says percentage of Black Americans in the U.S. currently serving life without parole or virtual life sentences who are Black, 48%. It says number of arrest of Black Americans in 2018, 2.8 million percent. It says percent of people on probation or parole who are Black, 30%. Just backing you up, I'm Wise.
I got something for you. I'll hold up 1 second.
Yeah, man. So
this is First Peter. Yeah, this is First Peter's 4 and so I get First Peter's 5 and 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour." So, you know, Esau sets up these different traps to get, you know, Jake caught up and have a reason to put him in jail so he can use slave labor. You know, use Jake. You know, it's pretty much modern day slavery, you know, with a little twist. But that's it. We got it.
You got it, Amanya. We're gonna start get a couple more and take us out.
Okay. Real quick, I wanted to go back to that Google definition of sword that I brought out earlier. You know, Bob Kashah, can you share my screen?
All right, got you.
All right, got out the water. All right, so going back to the Google definition of the word sword that I brought out earlier, you know, as you can see, it says a weapon with a long metal blade and a hilt with a handguard used for thrusting or striking, and now typically worn as part of a ceremonial dress. You know, so basically, you know, it's talking about a corner sword, right? But you notice right here, where at the similar words, the synonyms, it says blade, steel, and notice what it says right here, a brand. Okay, a brand. So a branding agent can also be used as a form of a sword. Okay, and when you go to this word brand, and I'm gonna just jump down to the main points. All right, and as you can see under definition number 2, I'm gonna highlight it. It says what? And identifying, all right, you see that word right there, and identifying, okay, burned on livestock, or formerly criminals or slaves with a branding iron. Okay, so a sword, okay, a brand, also falls under the umbrella of a sword. Okay, and when we link this all to to prophecy in the scriptures, okay, what is the number one, all right, sword that Esau Edom is gonna look to to brand all humanity with? That charagma, the Revelation 13 and 16, where it says what? Okay, let me get it real quick. So, all right. 13 and 16, real quick. All right, and he caused all, both small and great, poor and free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And of course, as brothers always bring out, when you go to that word, all right, M-A-R-K, it says what?
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. And it says a stamp imprinted. All right, you see that word right there? It says of the, all right, charagma, stamped on the forehead or the right hand, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah, which the anti-Messiah is a system. It's not talking about one, all right, single man that would rise in the earth in his outer days, with horns sticking out of his head, a red suit, a tail coming out of his ass, with fire, burning behind him. No, the anti-Messiah system. So this charagma, the Revelation 13 and 16, would make you a badge, or in other words, brand you as a follower of this system, this beast system. And and it's likened into a sword, which is basically a sword. It's basically an instrument of death, an instrument that will be used in war to kill you, basically. And then, as you can see right here, the M branded upon horses. Okay, thin carved sculpture, graven work of idolaters. You want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say, when you go to it says thin carved sculpture. If you look at the instrument that they use to actually brand you with, the MARK, it's pointed as in to to implant you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
like
gone,
penetrate you.
gone.
Yeah, just like an actual sword would do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then real quick, just to get another precept, to further stamp the point that Esau's charagma would be likened unto a sword. Just real quick, this is the book of Revelation 16 verse 2. And then went and poured out of his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had, all right, the charagma of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Okay, so a grievous sore, like a grievous sore is gonna come to them that worship the image of this beast system, as well as those that receive that charagma. Okay, and when you go into this word grievous as well as sore, all right, is the word grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
It says full of labors, annoyances, hardships, okay, pressed and harassed by labors. And then I'm gonna go straight to the point. It says bad, or of bad nation or condition. It says in a physical sense, diseased or blind. So you see that? So a lot of diseases, all right, in bad conditions are going to come to those that receive their charagma. All right. And then we go to this word sore. All right, a grievous sore.
Strong's G 1668. Helkas. Helkas.
It says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge pus, a sore, and all chlor. Hey, so that again, that charagma is gonna is gonna wound you, just like an actual sword would wound you when it punctures through your flesh. Okay, so those that take that sword, they're gonna receive a grievous sword. All right, and just to make another point before I give it to you, brothers, this verse right here, Revelation 16:2, would also prove that the MOTB would have to be something physical and not spiritual. Okay, because if it's something that's spiritual, then how would it give you a grievous sword? How would it give you a disease or wound you? Okay, it would only have to come from something that's physical, which is that CHIP. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I got that word grievous. It's the word grievous. It says grievous, grievous, heavy, large, weighty, hard, difficult, toilsome, afflict heavy burden, misfortune, calamity, injustice, mental pain, sorrow. You see? So all those things are gonna come with what? Taking that charagma, man. That grievous sword is gonna be heavy, weighty.
Was that you just read the Google definition of grievous?
That's off Edamai Online.
Edamon? Okay. Let me pull it up then.
I'll get it on mine. It's cool.
Okay. Kind.
All right. Here it is. Spelled the wrong Slovakian. Here we go. It says grievous, grievously, grievousness. What's the one I'm looking for? It's the root word. It's the hold on 1 second. Grief. Here we go. Grievous entries linking to grievous. It says grief from that word grievous, hardship, suffering, pain, bodily affliction, wrong, grievance, injustice, misfortune, calamity. So that's the offspring of grievous. So that's ultimately just backing the brother up, describing that wound, man. It's going to be a misfortune upon you, a calamity, an injustice, because ultimately it is an injustice, man. This guy wants to put his DNA inside of you. That's injustice, man. That's uncalled for, and that's wickedness. It's an abomination. But that was it. I get this off of there. You got it, Amos. If you ain't have anything in mind, we'll probably take it out on Amos out.
Yeah, I'm done on
I
my end.
don't have anything.
All right, you could probably take us out.
With that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. We're going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, expression of truth and sincerity, and who have tuned in today. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow on the highways and the byways. Till next time, we say shalom.
Khan, Lord willing, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, I can still saying we're live.
Yeah.
All right.